if someone wanted to do this, like, what would that process be like? Like, someone's listening right now is like, all right, if this is legit, right? Josh is running the business. Steve's gone through it. He's getting the money. What steps do they have to take if they want to qualify for this or
Good
apply
question.
for this?
Yeah. So there's going to be two things. We'll go over the second one here in a few minutes. But the first one is we set up with you guys to make it easier for your listeners, which is disruptors.com/ERC. They'll go through a few different questions. And to what I was saying earlier is we don't charge for our services up front. And this is for someone that has W-2 employees, anywhere between 1 and 500 employees, right? They go through that. We're going to make it an easy process for them where they're going to fill out. It's going to take them 5 or 10 minutes per EIN. So if you have a couple EINs, maybe you're a restaurant and you have something else on the side, whatever it is, then we're going to upload us some certain documents, your 941s for 6 different quarters, and we'll show you what those are, your payroll report, and then your PPP information. That's all we need. And then about 2 to 3 weeks, we'll come back to you and we'll say, okay, you're approved for, in your case, $72,000.13. Do you want us to file? Technically, you can actually back out at that point. I mean, 95% of people, when they see the number, they're like, oh, well, you guys already done this. You guys already gone this far. Let's just do this. You DocuSign it. You agree to the 15% fee when the money comes. And then we wait 6 to 8 months, right? Technically as well, I mean, at the very end, you can actually pay our fee up front and get a discount from 15 down to 10. That's up to you. We don't mind what you decide to do, but it's going to be up to you. And that's how we make it very seamless for you. You know, at the very least, we might say, hey, you know, you send over your information, but this quarter is a little like, you know, it was a scan. It's not, we can't see it that well. Can you resend a different scan to us? Outside of that, like, we try to make it very seamless and very easy for an owner, or they might just pass it on to their bookkeeper that is in charge of that and does all that stuff. So
yeah, I mean, we basically had our in-house person who manages all our finances.
Yeah,
and she went through that process, and there were some challenges, but they were all mostly on our end, right? Getting the payroll reports and everything else. So
yeah, but at the very end, I mean, it was seamless. I mean,
oh yeah, I mean, working with you guys was really really helpful. So why do you think this is, right? That 80% of people qualify, or 80% of companies qualify, but 7 in 10 aren't aware of it?
I think they aren't aware. It's kind of like what you said. I think one of the top things I get all the time is like, hey, my tax person, or I looked into this and I didn't qualify. As I used to say, and this is a bad way to say it, but I used to say, oh, well, your tax person doesn't really know what we know. But I kind of took a step back. I'm like, hey, that's the worst thing I can do because they trust their tax person. So rather than saying that, now I say like, hey, your tax person, he or she was probably correct at that time, but it's changed since then, right? This has been amended, and that's why Forbes did the article, is because in November of 21, when they said if there's a supply chain based on certain questions, you do qualify. And so that's the push I do with people now is I was on the call with 2 different CPAs today, and one of them's like, man, I heard about this like a year ago, but my focus is helping people with their 1040s and 1120s. It's not payroll.
Yeah,
it's not ERC.
Not their priority.
Yeah. So, this is great for my client, and I have other clients that I want to refer to you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think I even still see it today, you know, like time to time, like, hey, like, I'm just hearing about this. What do you guys think, right? I want to say it comes up probably like every other month. Someone just posts on Facebook, hey, I'm hearing about this thing. Is this thing legit? It's like, yes, it's legit. So,
and I think it's kind of funny because both of us been in real estate, right? It's kind of like in real estate is you hear and then you want to verify. Is, you know, there is 30, 50 different ways to make money in real estate. And when someone brings something up like, hey, did you know you could do this with in addition to subject to, you could do this. Are you sure? Let me verify that, you know, and you still want to verify it, right? But you hear about it and you don't discount it, but you're like, let me look into this. And this is kind of what that is, right? Yeah. Is it's a little too good to be true, but let me verify that a little bit.